Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we are taking a look at the Givi 3D600 Easylock Saddlebags, available at RevZilla.com. Just taking a look at what you have on the table right now. These are the 3D600 Easylock Saddlebag system. So before we go any further, this is a semi-rigid bag that requires specific bike locks or bike mounts on your motorcycle. So make sure you're using the bike finder to get the right mounts for your bike. And you're going to see these actually mount on using a unique bracket system on the back of the bags. So you're going to need those Easylock Saddlebag supports. They're going to come in around the $100 to $160 price point depending on your motorcycle. That's the first step. Then what you do is you're going to take a look at these bags, and you notice it is going to be a semi-rigid bag, 17 liters in capacity, expandable up to 25 liters. So once you know that you can get the racks for your bike, you can really dive into whether or not these saddlebags are going to be right for your setup. These are going to be mostly for you naked sport bike riders out there. So if you're on an FZ09 or you're on a street triple or a speed triple, this is going to be an option for you to consider. Now, as far as installation goes in our BSD, or Beard Scale of Difficulty for Install, this is going to be something that's going to be a 1 out of 3, and really the difficulty here is installing those racks. It's something that should take you about maybe a half an hour to 45 minutes in the garage. The bags themselves are going to latch on extremely easily, and there is going to be a keyed system which allows you to just lock the bag into place. Just keep in mind the bag itself doesn't lock. So if you're not familiar with Givi, Givi is going to be a brand that is synonymous with quality. They're an Italian company, and they're really known in the world of luggage, both from an aftermarket standpoint as well as from an OEM standpoint. They manufacture a lot of luggage for different OEM manufacturers out there. With the 3D600 setup, this is going to be a semi-rigid hard bag, and that means that the construction on this isn't going to be that same hard plastic construction that we're seeing from some of the other models in Givi's lineup. This is going to be an ABS thermo-molded plastic, and there is going to be a little bit of flexibility with this while still maintaining its shape, so you don't have to worry about having any objects inside get crushed when you're out there riding. So what you're getting with this, like I said earlier, these are going to come in around the $315 price point. Coupled that with the cost of the arms, you're looking at a setup that's going to run you around the $400 to $450 mark, all said and done, but it's going to give you storage on your motorcycle that's a little bit more secure than just throwing soft luggage over the back. It gives you an actual support bracket system, and it gives you 17 liters in capacity, up to 25 liters in capacity on both sides, and you're going to get that through an expansion zipper. So we can open that up right away, and you're going to see exactly how these expand. One of the unique things that Givi does is as you expand this, you're going to have these additional support straps that are going to work onto these D-ring brackets. And what you do is you're just going to snap that into place. And once this is snapped into place, you're not going to have to worry about this being a weak fail point. So you can ratchet these straps down, and then that gives you just a little bit of extra support, so you can really kind of cinch this down, and it holds everything together very compact. So the one thing that I like about the way that Givi has set up their expansion gusset on this is that it's a little bit more thought out from some of the other manufacturers we've seen, and it just works to keep it more secure, and it doesn't add too much extra bulk if you are going to run this in the expanded position. The whole thing still stays nice and sleek. Now, when we're taking a look at the main compartment, let's open this up. And the one thing I will note is that we talked about how these bags lock to the bike. You can see there is going to be a hole where you can use a little master lock if you want to lock the zippers closed. Just keep in mind this isn't going to be like a traditional saddlebag where you can actually lock the bags closed, but you can put a little master lock on their little padlock if you so choose. Now, taking a look at the inside, what you'll notice, on the main side, you're going to be able to have this elasticated strap. You can pack your clothing in, and it's going to keep everything kind of held to the bike itself. And then as we take a look at the inside, or the other side rather, one of the things you'll note is that you do have these straps which are removable, but what's nice about this is that the clamshell design, if you're using this on the bike itself, it works to hold the shape, so the lid doesn't just flap open. And then you'll notice that this is going to work to have a nice mesh pocket. We can zip this open, and it's going to hold any extra additional items. One of the things you'll note that's in here is going to be a rain cover. Now this is going to take us right into our next point. So for 100% waterproof guarantee, you take the rain cover, it is elasticated, you're going to put that over top of the bag. And let me zip this back up as we talk into this. So we said 100% waterproof. So 100% waterproof is you are guaranteed waterproof. The bag itself, as it stands, has a 1000D coated polyester. So they've actually coated this, and it's going to have just a water resistant nature to it. The zips are going to be water resistant, and it's going to work if you get through a small shower. It will just work to keep itself dry, but you have to make sure you're using that rain cover if you want it to be guaranteed waterproof. So if you have a camera in here or anything valuable like that, you want to make sure you're utilizing that rain cover at all times. You're going to have reflective piping working itself all the way around the outside of this, and when we get around to the back, this is where that latching system comes into play. So using the keyed system from Givi, you're going to be able to lock this down to those racks, those supports on your bike. Now we said earlier that to install the racks, this is going to be a 1 out of 3 on our BSD, our beard scale difficulty for installation. And those separate saddlebag racks are going to come in around the $100 to $160 price point. And that's for the majority of you riders out there. You need to make sure you're using the Bike Finder to see if those racks are going to be made for your bike. You're also going to have to keep in mind that there's certain bikes that are going to require additional support plates, such as like the Ninja 300 and the FZ09 come to mind as bikes that need additional hardware. So make sure you're using the Bike Finder to get the right setup so you're not sitting there missing a few pieces when you're trying to get these installed on your bike. So once you have those racks installed on your bike, the actual installation of the bags is going to be extremely simple. You're going to locate the 2 bottom brackets first. You're going to set those into the bottom part of your saddlebag support, and the top part, you're simply going to give a good slam from the top, which will pop the top rail into place. Now I say give it a good slam because this is a very secure fit, and it's not going to be the same latching system that we've seen used across other Givi lines. So if you're familiar with other Givi bags, it does operate a little bit differently. Just keep that in mind. Once you have those bottom rails on top, give a good hit from the top. You'll see it pop into place. Once you see it pop into place, you should easily be able to turn the key. And once the key is down, you'll notice this top piece locks down over top of that top frame rail. So the setup from this is going to be completely different from things that we've seen from Givi in the past. Traditionally, Givi is going to be hard luggage, but we've seen them with their tank bags really move into this hard, soft kind of combination, and now they're carrying that through the 3D600 Easylock Saddlebags. There's a lot of riders out there that have been using Givi throughout the years. And if you want to hear more about what they have to say about the setups that they're using, you can always click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from different riders out there using a variety of different Givi setups. Now, if you have a question for one of our gear geeks as to which piece of Givi luggage is right for you, or perhaps you want to make sure that you have the right mounting system for your bike, give them a shout, 877-792-9455, or simply type us out an email, cs@RevZilla.com. Thank you for joining us for this look at the Givi 3D600 Easylock Saddlebag system. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.